Mary Colter, architect of the West. Mary Colter was one of the very few female American architects of her day. She was also the chief architectural designer and interior decorator for the Fred Harvey Company from 1902 to 1948. Her creative freeform buildings at the Grand Canyon in Arizona took direct inspiration from the landscape they were rustic, utilizing Mission Reveal architecture combined with Spanish and Native American influences. This style became popular throughout the Southwest and eventually served as part of the basis for the artistic aesthetic in developing other national parks. Mary Elizabeth Jane Colter was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on April 4, 1869, to William and Rebecca E. Corizor Colter. Her family moved to Colorado and Texas before settling down in St. Paul, Minnesota, when she was 11. As a child, she wanted to be an artist. In 1880, St. Paul was home to a large migratory population of Sioux Indians. After a friend gave her some drawings of Sioux art, she became fascinated with Native American. She graduated from high school at the age of 14 in 1883. After her father died in 1886, Colter attended the California School of Design until 1891, where she studied art and design. While attending, she apprenticed at a local architectural firm to help fund her studies. She then moved back to St. Paul and began a 15-year teaching career at the Mechanic Arts High School. Through informal contact with the Fred Harvey Company, Colter landed a summer job as an interior designer of the Indian Building and the New Alvarado Hotel in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1902. Although the Mission Revival style had been popular in California since the 1890s, the Alvarado Hotel and its adjacent Indian Building were the first of their kind in New Mexico, utilizing natural materials in forms that mimicked nature. Her reputation swiftly grew. When the Fred Harvey Company noticed that Native American craftspeople were doing a booming trade selling their arts and crafts at railroad stops, they began planning Hoppy House, a dedicated marketplace for Native American wares on the South Rim. The company then commissioned Colter to design the Hoppy House gift shop next to the El Tovar Hotel. Wanting to create a building that would fit the natural setting and reflect the region's story, she patterned the building after Hopi dwelling in Oribe, Arizona. The building was built by Hopi craftsmen and constructed using local materials and salvaged items such as Civil War era Western Union telegraph poles and rails. For many Grand Canyon visitors, the Hopi House was their first introduction to Hopi and Native American culture. To this day, Hopi House still operates as a Native American gift shop. The Hopi House is a prime example of Colter's unique site-specific style. After completing the Hopi House, Colter returned to her teaching job and then took another position in Seattle as a department store decorator. In 1910, the Fred Harvey Company offered her a permanent position as architect and interior designer of Harvey facilities. She then moved to Kansas City and worked at the company's headquarters. For the next 30 years, she served in that role, often working in rugged conditions to complete 21 landmark hotels, commercial lodges, and public spaces for the Fred Harvey Company. Fred Harvey developed the West along the Arkansas, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad's main route through the strategic use of restaurant efficiency, clean cut, and pretty young women. high-end tourism and quality souvenirs. Anthropologists on his staff located the most appealing Native American art and artifacts like pottery, jewelry, and leatherwork. His merchandisers designed goods based on those artifacts. In strategic locations, Colter produced commercial architectures with striking decor, floor plans calculated for good user experience and commercial function, and a playful sense of the dramatic. In 1940, Colter designed and oversaw the construction of Hermit's Rest and Lookout Studio at the Grand Canyon. Hermit's Rest was a rest area for tourists traveling on stagecoaches operated by Fred Harvey Company on their way to what was once Hermit Camp. This simple log and stone building was designed to look like a rustic getaway that Louis Boucher, a trail guide and infamous hermit who once lived in the area, would have built. With this in mind, Mary Colter ordered the fireplace to be intentionally spiked with the foot to add an HD effect. Lookout Studios, situated just west of Bright Angel Lodge, was built with a native stone interior and a multi-level design that blend in seamlessly with the layers and edges of the Grand Canyon. Its asymmetrical roofline mimics the canyon's natural shape to create the illusion that the studio is an extension of the canyon's wealth. Today, Lookout Studio offers multiple viewing platforms and gift shop. In 1939, Colter designed the exuberant Harvey House restaurant at the Los Angeles, California Union Station. Under spectacular arch ceiling, a dazzling floor appears to be random zigzags and geometrics. From another angle, the pattern turns out to be a block-long Navajo blanket made of aluminum tiles. The fabulous dining room and a sleek, streamlined modern cocktail lounge were padlocked in 1967, except for occasional movie shots and Los Angeles Conservancy tours. However, it reopened on October 4, 2018. Not long before her retirement, Colter took on the 1947 renovation of the Painted Desert Inn in Arizona's Petrified Forest National Park. During the Great Depression in 1922, Inn had been overhauled by civilian Conservation Corps workers to the Mission Revival style. Using local materials and Native American motifs, Colter supervised the refreshing, provided a new color scheme, and commissioned Hopi artist Fred Harvey to put murals in the dining areas, showing that she was unafraid of the modern when the situation called for it. Colter installed plate glass windows to open up views of the splendid scenery. Closed in 1963, the inn survived a threatened demolition and was placed on the National Register of Historical Places in 1987. It reopened in 2006. It's restored to the way it looked circa 1949 after Colter's redesign. In 1987, Hermit's Rest Desert View, Watchtower, Hopi House, and Lookout Studio, which are collectively known as the Mary John Colter Buildings, were listed as a National Historic Landmark, solidifying Mary Colter's unique and lasting contribution to Grand Canyon history. At the age of 79, Colter retired to Santa Fe, New Mexico in 1948. She donated her collection of Native American pottery and Indian relics to Mesa Verde National Park. She died on January 8, 1958 and was buried in Oakland Cemetery in St. Paul, Minnesota.